Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another live stream with moi. So, yeah, Monday. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. But it's okay. It's great. Anyway, for those of you who do not know me, hi, I am writer Sam Wicker. I write adult books, very adult books, because I have scenes on the page. My books are fantasy, usually romantic fantasy or a romantasy. Some, I'm no hero, particularly is fantasy romance because romance is kind of like a subplot. Anyway, those are my books. Most of my books have a comedy in them, but they also have darkness. And there are plenty of characters in my books that deal with some form of mental health, whether it be anxiety, depression, panic disorder, stuff like that. Things that I am very familiar with, and I think it needs to be more books like we write and we want to read. All right. So, what I do here is I will pop a 45-minute timer up on this side over here. You may hear my dog come in and out. Right now, she has currently abandoned me for the couch in the living room, and that's okay. I wore her out with a good walk earlier, so she's wanting a nap. During that 45 minutes that I have popped up here, you can be productive in any way that you need to be, whether that is writing, reading, editing, household chores, what have you. Do it. We'll work together apart. With that being said, let's get to it, shall we? There we go. All right. So, don't forget to get some noms if you have rumblies and tumblies, and don't forget to get drinks. Hydrate yourself. Hydration is important. And if you've been at this for a while, before I even showed up, make sure to look away from your screen for a little bit. Get up, move around, stretch a little bit, all that good stuff. Reduce some strain on your body. And we will start in 3, 2, 1. Get at it. All right. How did everybody do with that one? I am rereading the portion of Percy's story so I can kind of get back into it. I had a few scenes play out in my head early this morning because I couldn't sleep again. So yeah, that's always fun. Maggie showed up. No notify. I hate YouTube. Can't tell me who is my friend. Yep. And yes, I did get the package. The unboxing video should be up now. She says her hubby loves the coffee I sent and was laughing as I read part of Pristine too. Awesome. Cat Paul says no notification as well. Eva is lurking over on the Twitch, and Rita is here from Jenna's stream. Awesome. I hope the snow is what you wish for, sorta, I guess. I know some people really like snow, like especially the first snowfall. But I know like there's people like me who are kind of meh about it, and then there's other people who hate it. So that's the reason why I kind of say I hope the snow is what you want it to be. Because I don't know if you love it, hate it, whatever. And those feelings can change as the year progresses. Or winter progresses, I should say. But yeah. All right. Da, 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 da. I love Percy as a character. I'm still figuring out his love interest in here. Pretty sure it's going to be the one chick, but it could be another one. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be this chick just because she was in all of the scenes that got played out in my head. And their banter is amazing because it needs to be. I like couples who banter back and forth. I used to like snow, not anymore. Last winter was brutal. Gotcha. I'm kind of hoping that we have a little bit more snow than we did last year. I know that's weird, but if we have a little bit more snow, then there's fewer trouble bugs in the next year. This year, the wasps and yellow jackets are terrible. So I'm hoping for a little bit of snow just so some of the yellow jackets can go away. Get melted out, frozen out, whatever. I know usually they don't, but since we've had a lot of mild winters, I'm kind of hoping that they get too sure of themselves and this winter will be a little bit more heavier. Now you know he's your fave. You're gonna get a lot of him in season 2. AKA book 5. Because it is following right behind the 4. Maybe a year gap kind of thing. So it is a little chilly today. It was 21 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. Yeah, no. I cannot. That is a no. All the way. No. Very much agreed. Snow, please come clean the air for us. Anti-easy breathers. Yes, that too. Thank you for tagging the like button. For those of you who have not, especially if you're watching the replay, make sure to hit that like, comment, and if you have not, subscribe because I'm really close to hitting 500. I think I'm like 22 away now. Yes, I am. So there's that. Let me link y'all to the mug swap video since we were kind of talking about it. Ooh, hold on. Stop it. I have a feeling that I'm going to take a nap after this. I'm fine working off like 6 hours of sleep. That's good for me. 7 hours is preferable. 7 hours is like the best, but I can work off of 6. But doing 3 or 4, no, I can't do that unless it's like after a few days of like the 7 or 8 hour sleeps. But it is not. It's like day 4 of 4 hour sleeps. Yes, thank you so much for doing that. Rita says most of the winter here in the prairies, the freezing temperatures, it hurts to breathe while outside. Yeah, I've only witnessed that a few times myself. Most of it was when I was in college because I went to college in a little town called Banner Elk. It is right beside Beech Mountain, which is a ski resort in North Carolina. And yeah, it's right beside Boone, for those of you who know the bigger city of Boone because of Appalachian State. But yeah, the winters there were, holy cow. I learned to hate snow because of that place, and I learned to hate rain because of that place. I'm slowly starting to get back to liking rain again. I used to love rain. I used to write so much when it was raining. But college kind of ruined that for me because being in Banner Elk, I guess, is a lot like being in England-ish area where it's always overcast, except for like 5 minutes of sun sporadically. And then you have like the clearest nights where you can see the stars, which was always great. Except for the nights where there was a blizzard. But once I witnessed that as in Murphy, and that was the blizzard of 93. Y'all, that blizzard was amazing. It was probably nothing to those of you who are like in the Midwest or the middle states like Kansas and stuff, because y'all get like drifts of 10 feet. And those in like New England area too. But 93 was amazing. 93, I was, how old was I? 7, 10. I was 10. And I remember walking down the hill to my great grandmother's, and I couldn't breathe. And the blizzard was pretty much over. I mean, it was still like flurries kind of thing, but we were taking my great grandmother some soup because for some odd reason my cousin talked them out of turning off the gas stove, and they got an electric stove for her. So stupid. Fun fact, if your stove is set up the way it's supposed to be, you can still cook on it if the power is off, if you have a gas stove. You just have to light the pallet light on most of them. The wind here will suck out your soul in the winter. Yeah, that landed Baltimore in a huge ice storm in 93. I remember us having a rare snow day in the city that year. Yeah, we were out for like a week, if not 2. Seems like it was almost 2 weeks that we were out. I remember when it started melting, us finally being able to get the cows back to where they were supposed to be. We didn't have cows at the time, but we had cows in the yard in 93. They were our neighbors' cows. The drifts were so high, they just walked over top of the fences. So yeah, that was fun. Anyway, We need to get back to a sprint, do we not? Because that's what we're here for. This will probably be our last sprint. I usually only get 2 in. I will be leaving a link in the chat while we are working to the AutoTube schedule. That way y'all can find other sprints to your liking. And we will go from there. I don't know. We might do another sprint after this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Hydrate. Get some numbs if you have rumblies and tumblies. Look away from your screen for at least 20 seconds. Save your work. Get up, move around if you've been sitting for a while. If you are able, at least do some stretches to reduce body strain. And let's get started in 3, 2, 1. See you in 45-ish. Alright, how did y'all do with that one? Got in 747 words after I finished rereading these 6 chapters of Percy's book. So I'm going to go back and read these lines since over on YouTube they kind of got mangled a little bit. So the first one, let's see if I can find the full version. Here we go. I think. Well, I kind of skipped a couple too because there's a scene I don't really want to spoil because I think it's just better. And it's probably going to be one of the scenes that I do during the cover reveal. Percy groaned and rolled his eyes. Herrick, is there anyone in this world you haven't done? You. Are you offering? Percy turned to glare at Harry. One palm is enough for you. He felt the poultices on his shoulder and robes peel off, and he glared as Harry grinned. The man could out-strategize him without even trying. God's F you. And you, Harry answered with an even wider grin. And this is my favorite chapter title so far. When the patient's all mad and you still have to mend, do the creep. And yes, it is a play on the song. And then another set of lines here. Holding it up to the light, she could see the dragon skull forming in with the human skin. Lay on the table. Why? Elva turned and met his gaze. Are you going to truly fight me every step of this process? Yes. She bit back a retort, knowing it wouldn't help her case. Then we will be here all day and night. Get on the table. Lie on your back. Don't worry, she likes most of her dudes to be willing. She was going to kill Harry. Alright. Had a Witchcraft 2.5 join us over on Twitch. Maggie says, love these. Harry will say yes, even though it isn't true. He's just that much of a man-ho. Yes, he is. Rita says, I finished a chapter for my critique partner, charged my while reading a writing craft book, then switching to another chapter for my copy paste, or critique partner. Yeah, I love these characters. They are just so... And Percy, he can keep up with them, but he is not as raunchy as Harry and Fenwick. He's more of a calculated teaser. Like he circles you back to wherever he wants you in that moment, and he makes sure that he positions you there so that you are ready to do something that he wants you to do in order to get a reaction out of somebody else in the room, or for you to realize that he has you trapped. So Percy's a little manipulative, but he's not bad with it. He's Percy. Insert charging my phone. Okay, but I may need a nap. I understand that. Finished nothing but lunch. Hey, that is something. But I got a sewing job done. Nice. Bed cover. Awesome. That is awesome. I am currently working on a blanket. I had, so it's a temperature blanket. I had a month done, and I realized it is just way too, I don't like the stitch. So I'm redoing it. I have the first half done, and because the stitch is so, it's not a single crochet, I use the moss stitch, so it's a little bit longer. And so the throw is from the 1st of January to the last of June, and then the second one's going to be the 1st of July to the last of December. And it's the second one that I'm working on, and I realized I was working a lot looser than the previous one. So yeah, or a lot tighter than the previous one, I should say. So I needed to loosen it up. Jenna checked some emails and did some chores. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Man, I know this book is going to be as good as the previous 4. My concern is the middle 2 books. I haven't fleshed Selick and Matthias out very well yet. I'm kind of hoping that they will flesh out a little bit better in Percy's book because they are his siblings and maybe they'll show up a little bit more than they did in the other books. But if not, then I might have to find something else to do, or like season 2 will be just the 2 books and then maybe like a Slaith Bertrand thing, the reason why they were the Regis kind of thing, maybe. I don't know. I would really like, no, that's going to happen in Regis's book. So the section that is going to be Kickstarter only is going to have more Slaith and Bertrand, because they are the ones that have been with Regis since birth. They were probably standing there when he was no. So yeah, that part is going to have a lot of Slaith and Bertrand, and I don't even know if those 2 old guys are like interesting enough for y'all to want to read, but yeah. Took a break to make some chimichangas for a late lunch. Nice. The husband wants side stories. Yeah, so Percy's book is My Wife Wants to Keep Me Creamed, because it has a double meaning, obviously. And then Selick's book is My Wife Wants to Keep Me Rigged. Matthias's book is My Wife Wants to Keep Me Inked. And Rick's book is My Wife Wants to Keep Me Heeled, as in HEELED, right beside her. Because y'all will meet Rick's in book 4. And you'll understand. I'm looking forward to Slay's story. I want to meet his spouse. She is, she's a force to be reckoned with. The young days of Slaith and Bertrand would be fun. Yeah. So the Kickstarter version will be, it is Regis's point of view. It's Regis's story of why they started this war, period. And it's him and his cousin, the king, And, well, he's not a king now, then, but it shows why he became the king. And it will definitely have a lot of Slaith and Bertrand. It'll have Slaith's wife. So yeah, it's come along a little bit too. How many in the series? So the first section of the series, like present day, is 4. My husband wants to keep me pristine. My husband wants to keep me dominant. My husband wants to keep me gay. And my husband wants to keep me sated. So that's the first 4. And then the second season is going to be set after present day. Well, I guess that would be present day. Is going to be the My Wife Wants series, which is going to be the 4 that I just mentioned with Percy, Selic, Matthias, and Rix. And the Kickstarter that I'm going to do for the first 4 to make them omnibus and have their artwork and all that good stuff is going to have a side story, a little novella in with them that is going to be Kickstarter exclusive. And that's going to be the origin story of all this mess. I imagine she's super spicy and sassy to have dealt with Slaith for so many decades, yeah. And she's the 4th wife, too. So, I don't know, like, all the 4th wives that I've met, and there's been 4 of them, oddly enough. All the 4th wives that I've met have been the ones that have, like, brought the men to heel. So yeah, she's very much that. Slate's baseball team of children, probably 2. No, not 2. So during the Kickstarter origin story, he would have 6 at that time. She's pregnant with a 7th. She's either pregnant with a 7th or she's pregnant with an 8th at that time. So during the war years, somehow she and Slaith had the rest. Oh my gosh. They're all man whores. That's all it is. They are all man whores, except for Regis. Because Slaith and Bertrand convinced Regis that he was an ugly thing because they didn't want him to bear any children yet. They had to do something to keep him from sowing his oats. So yeah, poor Regis. Anyway, I am going to let y'all go because I think I definitely need to nap. The 3.5 or 3 hours of sleep is catching up to me bad. So make sure to check out my channel. I have a new video up. It's called the Mug Unboxing 2025. Here is the link again. And yeah, that was the best thing that they could come up with. Bertrand has an excuse. He's somewhat human, so he's old, but he is not like 400 years old like Slaith. And this is the best that Slaith could come up with, was convincing Regis that he was ugly and unworthy of love. Physical love. But yeah, check out the mug unboxing Wednesday. There will be another video up of another tag video, which is why do I create YouTube content? It's an AuthorTube tag. I was tagged by Eva, So Wednesday that will pop up. And yeah, y'all have a great Thanksgiving if I don't talk to y'all in the chats between now and then. If you celebrate, that is. But have a good rest of your week. I will not be back on here until Saturday. We are celebrating Thanksgiving with his family. So depending on when we get back is I just didn't want to put pressure on myself to do a live stream on Friday. Just in case we weren't back in time or something happened. So yeah, I will see y'all Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then after that on Sunday is another episode of Breaking the Block. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll actually get to the rest of the questions that I have saved up so we can save up some more. Sixes about Regis was such a berserker beast on the battlefield. Yeah, he was. He would be the same in the bedroom with slaying anyone like he did his enemies. This is why Fedvik has such situations in his book, which is book number 3, which is being edited right now. Slaith would totes say something like that. Yeah, he would. Same to you. I'll be online somewhere if someone needs to vent or support. Awesome. Yes. Y'all have a good rest of your day. We'll see you Saturday. Bye.